This is your goofy Uncle GreatTreeJam, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Mass Effect 1. The Citadel is under siege by Saren, the Geth, and Sovereign. We made our way across the surface of the Citadel station with the intent of reaching the Citadel's master control unit. After reaching our destination, we were confronted by Saren Arcturus. He revealed that Sovereign had implanted him to ensure his loyalty, but our Shepard quickly seized the opportunity to appeal to Saren's sense of duty. After listening to Shepard, Saren decided to put himself down to free himself from Sovereign's control. The X-Spectre agent Saren is no more. And now we are faced with a very momentous decision coming up in just a bit. We need to try and reach Citadel control if there's anyone surviving, or at the very least try and contact the Destiny Ascension, because that is where the Council is. We're also going to want to try and reestablish contact with the Alliance and see if we can get any reinforcements getting in ASAP. The station is in complete chaos, the fleet's in disarray, and it seems that the Geth and Sovereign have the upper hand. We need to do our best to change that. So let's go ahead and get to it, folks.
Vigil's datafile worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick! Open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down before he regains control of the station.
See if you can open a communications channel.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers down 40%. The Council is on board. I repeat, the Council is on board.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
I'm here, Joker.
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Arcturus Sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
You'd sacrifice human lives to save the Council? What have they ever done for your kind?
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign is a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
That's why you can't throw away reinforcements trying to save the Council. Hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
And here is probably the most important plot decision for Mass Effect 1. We have a choice now that we can try and sacrifice some of our ships to save the Council, or we can hold back the fleet and let the Council die. Now, this is a decision that's going to bear a lot of weight for us, at least for the first game, and I think I'm not going to rush this decision. Here's the way that I see things. The most obvious thing to look at is, obviously, we want to come at Sovereign with our full fleet strength. If we go after the Council, we'll take heavy casualties, and that could affect us down the road. But something to keep in mind is that when Sovereign jumped into Citadel space, just around the Citadel, he had a good number of Geth capital ships to back him up. So, unfortunately, you would think if you're playing this the first time that you might want to take care of the Geth before you go after Sovereign, because if you go straight for Sovereign, you would assume that the Geth may attempt to flank you while you're engaging the Reaper, and that obviously means you're going to be taking fire from two fronts and you'll sustain heavy casualties. Well, the game doesn't really recognize that, so it's not quite clear whether or not that was something that was incorporated or not. But here are the important things to keep in mind if you are aware of the consequences. If you go in to save the Council, the Fifth Fleet will take casualties, but we will be able to maintain the galaxy's stability, and the other races will be more likely to cooperate with us in the future. And this is where my decision comes in. The way that I see it, humanity does not have the naval strength to oppose the Reapers. Because of the Treaty of Ferric Sen, humanity is allowed to only maintain one dreadnought for every 5 the Turians are allowed to have, and for every 3 that the Solarians and the Asari are each allowed to have. So we are not the strongest military force in the galaxy. We're far from it. If we keep the Council alive, there is a chance that we'll be able to utilize the Turians' military strength in the coming years, and it seems that the Reapers will have plenty of time to return to the galaxy. And this is where my final, I guess you can say clarification, or, final thing comes in. Because dreadnoughts are huge ships, they're over a kilometer long or just around that, they are expensive to build. There's a lot of EZO, a lot of advanced alloys, and a lot of materials that go into building a dreadnought. I don't think humanity's going to be able to build kilometer-long vessels capable of dreadnought-level fire before the Reapers manage to return to the galaxy. So, we're going to need to try and depend on our current military strength and see if we can get help from the other races. So, it is within our interest to save the Council. If we choose to let the Council die, we will maintain the strength of our 5th Fleet, but the other races will be less likely to cooperate with us in the future, and we're going to need their support if we're going to pull through the Reaper War. So, let's go ahead and save the Council. However, the 5th Fleet is going to take casualties.
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension no matter what the cost.
I hope the Council appreciates this.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Thank the goddess.
Destiny Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear.
The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
Make sure he's dead.
He's dead.
Sovereign, and this station is mine.
Alright, we managed to save the Council, but it seems we now have a huge threat in our hands. It seems that Saren's implants allow him to continue battle even after death. While we did not fight him before, we are now forced into a boss fight with him. Let's see if we can get him airborne ASAP, and we're gonna try and keep this guy, keep him under our trigger fingers, make sure we can keep our powers going just to stay alive. I'm gonna see if I can get a little overload going. Let's see if we can get a little singularity going as well. And we've been sabotaged. Unfortunately, it looks like our singularity is not spec'd enough in order to lift him in the air, so we're gonna need to try and do it the old-fashioned way then. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get him airborne before he does any kind of special attacks on us. And we're gonna need another warp going pretty soon. Kind of hit singularity there on accident. Let's see if we can get some warp going again, and let's see if we can put up some throw.
Sovereign's too strong. We have to pull back.
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
Alright, looks like Sovereign is tearing through the 5th Fleet and any remnants of the Citadel fleet by itself. Things are not looking too good for us. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Saren airborne. And I'm going to try and keep the pressure on him. While the Citadel fleet holds out, we're going to need to try and take out Saren and see what we can do from here. No matter which decision you choose, whether you choose to save the Council or sacrifice them, you will be able to pull out with a victory. So, at that point, the decision whether or not to save the Council is entirely yours to make. Okay, we're gonna need to get lift going pretty soon. Let's see if we can get another warp in there. And we're definitely gonna need to try and throw him off this ceiling, so let's see if we can do that. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to try and that special attack again, or try and go for... Oh, there we go. There we go. He's not doing a damn thing. Alright, we've about got this fight in the bag. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to open up the inventory. Someone actually tipped me off to the inventory bug of Mass Effect 1 if you're trying to do a New Game Plus. So, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the Chameleon Tool 10 to make sure that we always have access to this in the future. And we've already got 3 biotic amps, 3 savants that are pretty much free in our inventory, so I'm not going to worry too much about the biotic amps at all if they are affected by the bug. But let me go ahead and take care of this. Give Liaro a Chameleon Tool. We're not going to worry about importing this again, because I think that this is going to be the last playthrough with this profile that I do for Mass Effect 1, but I'm going to go ahead and equip them with lower level Omni tools to avoid the inventory bug from completely destroying our valuable collection of Savant Omni tools. And I'm thinking, to be a little ballsy, actually wait, no, I don't think we need to worry about that too much. Alright. And just like that, I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and finish off this boss fight. Alright, say goodnight. And just like that, folks, we have won.
Its shields are down. Now's our chance.
Hit it with everything we got.
Hard on my flank. We're going in.
Captain Anderson, we found them! They're in here!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Ambassador, Captain, Commander Shepard, we have gathered here to recognize the enormous contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign and the Geth.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved not just our lives, but the lives of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
Commander Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
And though we cannot bring back those valiant soldiers who gave their lives to save ours, we can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join our ranks and serve beside us on the Citadel Council.
Consular, on behalf of humanity and the Alliance, we thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly accept.
We will need a list of potential candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular candidate?
Now, before we make our decision, I do want to remark, now that we are a member of the Council, humanity is going to have the advantage when it comes to trade relations and maintaining its fleet. Or at least we're going to think so. Now, something I do want to remark on with regards to our decision right now. We have the choice whether or not to choose Udina or Anderson. Personally, I want to choose Anderson for two reasons. One, Udina's going to remember the fact that we had to countermand his authority and try and steal the Normandy from the docking bays, and I think Udina's going to have a little bit of a grudge against Anderson and Shepard for that, so that's something we need to watch out for. Another thing we need to note is, although Anderson is not a politician, we do need someone who is not going to sell us out and who has a little bit more faith in the Reapers' existence. Someone who believes the Reapers exist. So I'm thinking that at this time we're going to need someone who's military-minded to prepare for the coming war. And it seems that Anderson has that. Udina, I'm not entirely sure that he's going to be the best choice for preparing against the Reapers. He seems to have a hard time believing that they even exist. Anderson, on the other hand, seems to have our back. We're going to want someone who's likely to appeal to our goals and motivations, and especially when it comes to the Reaper War. So I believe that, unfortunately, we're going to have Anderson become Counselor. He's probably not going to enjoy the job, but I think the Anderson that I know and respect is going to put that aside and do his duty for Earth and the rest of humanity. Not to mention the other denizens of the galaxy. So, let's go ahead and appoint Anderson.
We need someone with the courage to stand up for what he believes in. Someone like Captain Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
We've already got too many politicians on the Citadel. The captain would be perfect for this job.
I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms, should he accept.
I'm honored, Counselor. As humanity's representative, I'll do everything in my power to help the Council rebuild.
Sovereign's defeat marks the beginning of a new era for both humanity and the Council.
Personally, I don't mind having too many politicians on the Citadel. If anything, you need politicians for politics. But we need a military-minded person to prepare for the war against the Reapers. And unfortunately, Udina is not a military person. Anderson is. And unfortunately, the Reapers are still coming. They built the Citadel, they built the mass relays. I'm thinking that they're going to have a way to return to the galaxy, and we don't have much time to build up our own fleet. We need to try and rely on the current strength of the Citadel's forces, especially the Turians, because they have the largest navy of any Citadel race in the galaxy. But our fight is far from over. We've only beaten one Reaper here today. We still have an entire fleet left in the edges of dark space. So, I think our journey is just starting.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.
And that, folks, is the end of Mass Effect 1. This Let's Play has taken quite a long time to complete, just because of the number of conflicts I've had pop up in my life. I just haven't been able to finish this at the rate that I'd liked. I wanted to get this Let's Play done a lot sooner, but at least it's done now, so I'm going to go ahead and offer my final thoughts on the game. Before I do, though, I do want to remark on the Council decision that I made. I don't know if I think I kind of butchered the explanation of this a bit earlier, but for those of you wondering, you can choose to save or sacrifice the Council, No matter which option you choose, you will be able to beat the game, you'll be able to defeat Sovereign. I chose the option that I did because I believe that the humanity is going to have a hard time trying to build a fleet that's going to challenge the Reapers in such a short period of time. The Dreadnoughts are kilometer-long vessels. They're composed of advanced alloys, and they require quite a bit of ESO to drive them. That's going to be very expensive, so trying to build Dreadnought after Dreadnought in a short period of time is going to bankrupt Systems Alliance. We're going to want the support of the other species and rely on their military might as well. So I chose to save the Council because I felt that the best way to have any chance against the Reapers is to keep the support of the races that have the most ships, especially the Turians. And that was probably my the biggest factor in my decision. And I already forgot what else I was going to say, but I think I'll come around to that eventually. Oh, I think I remember now. When it comes to... There was something that I was thinking about. The first time I played Mass Effect 1, when I got to that decision, I was wondering whether or not it would be a good idea to just go after Sovereign and let the Geth ships flank us. Now, like I mentioned before, it doesn't matter whether or not you go after Sovereign, or if you say the Destiny Ascension, you're not going to have to worry about being flanked by the Geth. Which seems very strange. The Geth would not allow you to go straight for Sovereign. And the Citadel fleet is too heavily damaged to even keep this Geth away from you, so it's a little strange. That decision, I don't quite understand why they did not incorporate that into the final decision for Mass Effect 1, but anyway. Regardless, the Fifth Fleet's taking casualties, but now humanity is a member of the Council, and it seems that we've secured some good relations with the rest of Citadel space and Citadel-aligned species. And now I can go ahead and offer my final thoughts on the game. With Mass Effect 1, when I first played it, it was a little slow. It took a while to actually get into the game, and I think part of that reason was after Eden Prime, you get thrown onto the Citadel and you're left to your own devices. So the first time I played through, I probably tuned out after a while and decided to go ahead and just look ahead and see what the rest of the game was like. And I felt that it was worth staying invested long enough to experience the ending. It probably wasn't until Vermeer or Ilos particularly was a part where I really got thrown into the game, where I really got interested, and I really felt I had a personal stake in what was going on. And after that, I've had numerous playthroughs of Mass Effect 1. I really haven't been able to get enough of this game, but I do feel that this Let's Play was my way of showing my dedication and my love for the first Mass Effect game, as well as a little bit of anticipation for Mass Effect 2. I'm gonna have to make a separate announcement regarding the future 2 games. I cannot make any promises on when I'll get to them. Right now I have a lot going on in my real life, and I cannot offer a solid date as to when I will start my Let's Play of those 2. So we'll see what happens. Ideally, I'd like it to go ahead and get that done, but for now, I think we've reached a pretty good stopping point. I enjoyed this game. I feel like I'm ready for Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. And when we get there, I'll go ahead and make announcements regarding how I intend to play those 2 games. But I think now it's time to call it quits. Alright folks, this is a GreatTreeJam, and I want to wish you guys a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in this universe or the next. And I'm signing off. When we get to the next Let's Play, I'll have to think about when will be a good time to actually start it up. But until then, just stay tuned in, check the Twitter, and I will see you guys later. Farewell, and thank you for staying tuned in for my Mass Effect 1 Let's Play. Hope to see you guys around.